Guys, a lot of people try to undersell the benefits of calisthenics, but I want to tell you guys this is one of the most effective ways to train. And today I'm going to tell you the 3 main exercises that stood out to me the most. So let's get right to it. All right, guys, so first I want to start off on pull-ups. So pull-ups are basically when you grab onto a bar and pull yourself up. Now you're going to grab it like this, arms out. Many people confuse this with chin-ups. Chin-ups are basically you're going to have a supinated grip, and that works your bicep more. But that's really just another variation of doing pull-ups. And the great thing about pull-ups is you can target so many muscles at once. Now when you do a pull-up, you're mainly targeting your back, but your biceps are still involved. Your forearms are extremely underrated in becoming strong at pull-ups. Many people like to neglect the forearms, but you can realize that you really can grow your forearms and you can build strong forearms, and they translate perfectly into weightlifting, into calisthenics, and into grappling if you do jiu-jitsu or wrestling. These are also great ways that you can sort of transition into it, because developing forearms really gives you that grip strength, that crushing grip power that you want. And when you're doing your pull-ups, not only are you developing that, but you're also getting used to controlling your own body weight, which is pivotal in calisthenics, and it's something that every beginner should really focus on learning. If you can't do a pull-up, I want you to really take time and dedicate yourself to a little warm-up routine that I'll make for you right now. So basically when you're doing this, you'll do a dead hang, which is you holding onto the bar and you're just holding it for as long as you can. Me personally, I aim for 60 seconds. But you guys at home, 10, 15 seconds. Just make sure that you get your time up there. Make sure you do like 10 sets. I mean, not 10 sets, but 4 sets of 10 seconds and really get used to supporting your own body weight. And after that, I want you guys to try negatives. Basically, you're gonna try to jump up with the bar and control your descent. Now, if you're doing this from home at a home pull-up bar, be careful because you might hurt yourself doing this. So I suggest find a sturdy variation, especially if you're just getting into it. And speaking of pull-up bars, if you guys want a pull-up bar, check my link down below. Check out my Amazon. You guys can get the exact same one that I use that I'm showing in this overlay of this video. But basically, pull-ups are pivotal for every other exercise in calisthenics and is honestly the antithesis to the push-up. And when you're doing your pull-ups, remember that you can, once you get to the point where you can do 10, 15 easily, try weighted pull-ups. Now, all you have to do is get a weighted belt, or you can put a backpack on and put some water in it, and this will be a way to have a weighted pull-up without have to go to the store and make purchases. Now, if you do this long enough, if you try your weighted pull-ups and you go, low reps, low sets, for me personally, I do 5 sets of 5, and right now I've been doing it on 60s or 80s, so I just put the plates together. But if you do this enough, then you'll be able to do your first one-arm chin-up or one-arm pull-up, which is an insane feat of strength that I feel like a lot of people should aim for when they get more advanced. But without further ado, let's get to the next one. Next, I want to go into dips. Now, dips is very underrated, and many people are scared to do these because they think they might hurt themselves. And they really will if your form is not right. So I suggest that you guys make sure that you're checking your form, make sure you don't go too deep, because when you're going too deep on a certain exercise, it's more joint on joint action and your cartilage, isn't saving you as much. So make sure that you're keeping your form tight when you're doing this, when you're first getting into it, and really nail that form in, over time. Now, many people like myself have started off dips off doing them with a chair. So basically, if you want to do this from home, all you have to do is get a chair, lean forward a little bit, and do your dips like that. And then over time, you can progress. Maybe you can maybe purchase something that'll help you do pull-ups like my planche parallete. Check it out on Amazon for that. And really just doing that really helps develop that tricep extremely well. Now, there is chest involvement, but you have to remember that tricep is the main focus of this movement, as long as forearm movement as well. Now, when you're doing this, I want you to really try to control the reps, really feel that tricep activation. And just like the pull-ups, you can actually progress this by doing it weighted. So basically, if you could put some sort of weight, get a backpack and put some water in it, or put heavy things into it and do the movement, then you guys will see the benefits of it as well. Now, the great thing about doing tricep dips is you hit all heads of your tricep. Now, other tricep exercises, you might only hit the long head. It's 3 pieces of muscle in your triceps. But when you're doing the dips, you're hitting everything equally, and it's easily my favorite tricep exercise that I suggest anyone do. Even if you're, mainly a weightlifter, or if you're just getting into calisthenics, try to warm yourself up, try to get acclimated. If you can't do regular dips yet, try chair dips And if chair dips are even too much for you, then just like the pull-ups, try negatives. Try to go down slow and control it and get used to that movement. So, and make sure that your form is always tight, because I would hate to see anyone hurting their shoulders or elbows by having terrible form. And just to add, the Korean dip is one sort of variation that you can learn from getting your dips better. And also being able to do a muscle up involves both the pull up and the dip. And if you're trying to learn how to do a muscle up, be careful, don't rush yourself, because when people do bad form muscle ups, there's hella damage going on your tricep and shoulder, and I don't suggest that for anyone trying to get into fitness. You know, if you're doing bad form, if you're just throwing your shoulders up when you're doing muscle ups, don't go for it. You know, develop those basics, develop that pull up, develop that dip to the point to where when you try it, it'll be pretty easy. And all right guys, for the last one is gonna be the push-up. Now, a lot of people think basic push-ups, everyone does it, but really when you look at the push-up, when you break it down, there's so many ways that you can level this skill up. There's so many muscles that you can involve when doing the push-up. You have certain type of push-ups that can just involve chest, which is like the regular, or you can just do ones that certainly involve your shoulders, like handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, and then you can go into things that involve more tricep, like the diamond push-up. And even if you want to isolate the front part of your shoulder, you'll do planche leaning push-ups, right? Which is one of my favorite push-ups. But basically what push-ups is like the all utility sort of exercise. You can do so many variations of push-ups, one-arm push-ups, things like that to really develop yourself. Now, if you really want to involve your chest and you're a complete beginner, I want you to try dead holds. Try to hold yourself up in your push-up form and just control that movement. And then once like every other calisthenics exercise, you can come down, control it, and go slow, and really get used to that movement. Now, that's how you involve your chest, and basically you do the same thing for your triceps. Make the diamond form, so basically you can do like a triangle, and the better you can get, the closer you put your hands, and the more tricep involvement you activate. Now, these are great also because you can develop that explosiveness as well. So when we're trying to get explosive, when we're developing those fast twitch fibers in our chest, we're gonna do clapping push-ups, we're gonna do Superman push-ups, but for the most basic beginner, all I want you to do is go down slow and explode up. So you guys can do a negative on the way down and explode up as fast as possible. And I'm telling you guys, the slower you go, the worse it'll hurt. Like even no matter what level you are, if you slow it down enough, it's gonna hurt eventually. So I really want you guys to just try that, make sure you keep it explosive. And we're really trying to get to your handstand journey. I want you to make sure that you're doing pike holds, pike push-ups, pike clapping push-ups if you want to, if you just want to be fancy with it, and then really get used to holding yourself on the wall when you reach that level. Now for me, I've been training my handstand for about 2 years, 3 years now, and I'm really slowly progressing my skills up there, so I won't be afraid to attempt a handstand is a great aspect for me. So remember that push-ups can really evolve you in so many levels. You can go straight to planches, handstands, things like that. So make sure that you're open to doing these consistently. Make sure that you're getting those reps in. And this is also great for endurance. If anyone's a combat athlete out there, it's a lot of chest, a lot of shoulder involvement when you're doing that. And the endurance has to be able to last through however long you're gonna put in that work. All right guys, now these are basically the complete basics that every beginner should try to master for the upper body, and every person who's a little more advanced should always try to improve on that. No matter how strong you get, no matter how developed you get, you know, you should always try to get those push-ups right, always try to get those pull-ups right, and that's great for your cardiovascular as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and comment down below what you want to see next. It's 2023. I want to bring a whole new grind. I want to help you guys grow, and we're all gonna win. We're all gonna win this year. I promise that. So I'll see you next time.